Hello. So today we'll be talking about this lead code problem, unique email addresses. Okay, so we are given some valid addresses in an array, and you need to find out from all those email addresses the unique ones. Okay, so a email address basically consists of two parts, a username followed by @ and then a domain name. Okay, and what it's mentioned over here is that if the username contains any periods over here like dot, then it basically can be ignored. And I'll show you with an example over here. For example, this alice.z and this. These are both same email addresses. Also, if you have plus in your username, then anything after plus can be ignored because anything before plus will be basically your email address. Okay, so this is basically just for filtering out. This is how it works in Gmail as well. Okay, so over here, if you consider this my dot am.y plus name at email.com is basically equal to my @email.com, which you can see over here. Okay, so let us get directly into the solution. Okay, so what we'll do is first, uh, we know that our domain names are always going to be unique. I mean, our domain names cannot have any uh, character checks. Okay, that we know. So, for example, let's say we our domain name is email over here every time, email.com. Okay, so this domain name and e dot mail dot com, these are both different domain names. They are not equal. Okay, so these two are not equal. Okay, and we also know that, for example, over here m dot y plus name as the username. Let's just delete this. Okay, so email. Okay, and my plus name @email and my plus na.me @email.com. So all these three are similar. So what we can do is we can first break our strings through this @ sign and we can get email addresses over here separated. Okay. Now we need to find out our usernames over here. So what we can do is it doesn't matter because over here we are supposed to consider only first plus. If there is a plus over here after NA or if there is a dot over here, we are not supposed to consider it. Okay, so anything, then we will be breaking our username on this plus sign. Okay, and then what we'll get is we'll get this string, which is more important. Anything after plus is not important to us. Okay, and what we have to do is we know that anything before plus may or may not contain dot, or it may contain more than one dot. So what we can do is we can remove the dot from over here from your username. So all these three will become my @email.com. Okay, and then we can say that this is our complete email address or the final email address. And if we find any other strings similar to this, that means they are same. So we can consider them as one email address. And now what we need to do is we need to find all the unique addresses from this string that is given to us. Okay, so let us write the code and see how it will work. All right. So first, uh, to find unique, what I'll do is I'll use the set data structure. Okay. So I'll say const unique. it will be a set data structure consisting of all the strings. Okay, new set. This will be our set. And what we need to do is we need to return the size of this set. So all the elements that are added to this set will be unique, and we need to find the count. Okay. Now let us loop through this emails array. So we say let I equal to 0, I less than emails dot length I plus plus. Okay. And what we'll do is we'll break this emails first by domain name. So we'll get the domain. So we'll say let part, which is going to be a string array, be equal to emails dot emails of I. So we'll take that ith element and then we'll say split on at the rate. All right. So our part of this is going to give us like an array of size 2, in which part of 0 will be the username and part of 1 will be the domain name. Okay. Now we need to go and actually look for the proper username where we remove anything after plus, and where we discard all the dots or all the periods from it. So we'll say let username equal to part of 0 dot split. We'll be splitting it on plus. Okay. Now this plus, when you split, we get again a array of size 2, in which the first part will be like the characters like my or m dot y. Anything after plus will be something that we can easily ignore. So what we'll say is we'll only consider the zeroth element over here. And what we'll do is we'll replace all the dots, okay, in this array by empty string. Okay. So now if it is my m dot y, we'll get my. But this replace will only replace the first dot or the first period. What if there are more than one dots? So we'll have to write a regular expression for it. So we'll say regular expression over here, and what we need to search for, we need to search for is this dot. Okay. So now we have got the username. Now what we can do is we can get our unique email address and store it in the set. So we can say unique dot add, and we'll store the proper email address. So we'll say username at the rate part at the rate part of 1, because part of 1 over here, if you see, when we're splitting on at the rate, we'll get an array of size 2. So of the our part of 0 will be username, our part of 1 will be the domain name. So we'll say part of 1. In fact, if this a at the rate is not also not added, that's fine, but we'll just add it for readability purpose. Okay. So what we have done is we have used a set to store only the unique values. We are running a for loop on the emails array, and we are doing some processing on this string. Okay. So let us check this solution. Oh, we got a wrong answer over here. Uh, so possibly we are missing something. Okay. So emails of I dot split at the rate. So part of 0, you split it on the plus, and you take the 0th element, and then you replace all the dots with this. So you get username. Okay, so let us just console.log this username and see what happens. So I'm just trying to see what have I missed over here. Replace. Oh, so if you see over here, we are using replace and we want to do a replace on this regular expression. Okay. But we want to do it for all the periods. So we'll have to say G over here, which means global or not just one occurrence for all the occurrences. Let's run this. Okay, so we have got 2 over here. So this is correct. We have 2 unique addresses and then we'll submit. Okay, so we've got an accept.